Instead of having to create each invoice one by one, which was how we used to do it with the pre-QuickBooks 2012 version, you can now use QuickBooks to create one invoice and send to all your customers in one batch. For the purpose of this example, I'm going to use the scenario of a gym collecting a monthly subscription. To create the batch, I first of all need to start by choosing customers. By entering up in the toolbar, and then I'll select Create Batch Invoices. What I can then do is choose the customers that I wish to add to this batch by selecting one at a time. I would select my customer and select Add. Once I've completed this, I can then press Next, and this will then add the invoice details such as the date and the item that I'm invoicing. Once I've completed this, I can then press Next. And what I can then do is select the invoices that I wish to send. To confirm this, I'll select the button Create Invoices. The Batch Invoice Summary screen will then appear to confirm the invoice has been created. This will save an amazing amount of time versus the old way of invoicing one by one. Additionally, I can create an invoice group and assign customers to that group to save even more time next month. This feature alone has made the upgrade worth it for many companies. Invoices in QuickBooks can be easily customized to be specific for my business. If I go back into Create Invoices, you can see on screen that I have a button here which says Customize. This will allow me to make any amendments. From here, I can add in my logo, I can select my color schemes, and even the font for my business. When I'm finished, I can simply select OK to save the changes. It's worth noting at this point that QuickBooks has the ability to send out statements, to assign finance charges, and even to show me and help me get ahead of my collections in the Collection Center. This is worth a look since it enables me to send out any messages I wish to any customers who is almost due for payment or overdue for payment. It also buckets the overdue accounts from the almost due accounts, and I can create an email and send out a message with a couple of clicks. It really helps me collect more of my money on time. To access the Collection Center, I would simply choose the icon for customers. You will then see that we have the Collection Center shown here. Assuming that I have the email addresses for each of our customers, you can see those customers that I need to send a note to in one batch, and I can create either a past due or almost due reminder email that can send out to multiple customers at once with their invoice attached. What I can do here is press Select and Send, and you'll see there is an example of the email. Our next stage is creating the invoice is to record the payment received that my customer has paid for me. This can be accessed from the main homepage icon or by clicking on the customers from the main toolbar, followed by Receive Payments. I would first of all start by selecting the customer who I've received the payment from. In this case, my company called Limited Company. What I can then do is you'll see here I have the payments that are outstanding. I can simply select the amount there. Likewise, what I can do from here is I can put in the date, the payment method, and in my case, because I said they're paid by check, I can put in the check number here as well. Once completed, I can simply press Save and Close. Now that I've received the money from my customer, I need to tell QuickBooks what bank account the money has been deposited to. This can be done by clicking on the Record Deposits icon on the main page. This will open up the Payments to Deposit dialog box. I can first of all start by ticking the transactions that I want to deposit. By ticking all the transactions, this creates one single deposit which will match the total amount deposited into my bank. I'll then click OK. What I will then need to do is first of all choose the bank account where the money has been credited to. If I use the drop-down arrow, I'm going to choose my main current account. I then select the date that the funds were deposited to. I can also use the memo field to add in any details such as references. This could be customer name, job number, or the deposit ID. This will then be reflected on my bank statement. What I can then do is simply press Save and Close. At this point, if you wanted to view a summary of my bank account history, I would simply go to Account Balances, and I can double-click on my construction company current account, and you'll see here that I have a summary of my bank account history. The invoice process is now complete. Now we will have a look at how to use QuickBooks to record our daily sales. Customers can set up from the initial setup process. Please note, however, that for clients that are retail and record daily sales, they may have customers listed as days of the week to be able to track their daily sales and run sales reports. To record any daily sales or any income into the business where I've not raised an invoice, I can use sales receipt to record this. This can be accessed by clicking on the sales receipt icon on the main page, or by clicking on Customers from the main toolbar and then click on Sales Receipts. You may notice here that the sales receipt template looks very similar to the invoice template that we looked at earlier. To record daily sales, we first of all need to begin by selecting the day of the week that the sales were made. If I use the drop-down arrow, I'm going to choose Monday takings. All the information is then recorded in exactly the same way. For example, tax date, sale number, and also the item. Once I've completed my sales receipt and I'm happy, I can then press Save and Close. Once the sales receipt is created, I will then need to select Record Deposit into the relevant bank account. For your clients, it may be useful for them to set up a bank account entitled Cash Till or maybe Cash Register. This will reflect that the income has been taken but has not been deposited into your business current account yet. Once the funds are deposited, I press Save and Close. However, you may then want to do a transfer from your Cash Till account to your business current account to reflect the deposit. To do this, you'd simply select Banking, Transfer Funds, and I can then transfer the funds from the Cash Till to the construction company. And here I can put in the amount that I've transferred. I can then press Save and Close, and that will be entered onto my account. Now that we know our customer process, we're now going to turn our attention to the supplier process. Suppliers are set up as in the initial setup process. To record a supplier invoice, all I need to do is select Enter Bills icon from the main home page, or from the toolbar I can select Suppliers, Enter Bills. The Enter Bills dialog box will then open. The first option enables us to record either a credit note or bill from our supplier. Both are entered in the same way. Today I'm going to be focusing on a bill I received for materials. I will first